Today we're going to be turning these old mallard decoys I got off Facebook Marketplace for really cheap into some good looking diver decoys. I wanted to build a diver spread for this fall, but diver decoys can be up to like 120 bucks for 6 of them. So I don't want to spend all that money, and it's going to be a lot cheaper, and they're going to look pretty good for like 30-40 bucks. So yeah, let's get into it. Also at the end of this video we're going to, from a distance, we're going to compare the cheap decoys to my brand new diver decoys. Okay, so the first step is just going to be to wash all the dirt off the decoys so that the paint's going to stick better and not have any dirt to paint over. It's super windy out here, so I do apologize for potential crappy audio. But now we're just going to set these out in the sun so they dry, and then we can start the painting process. The method I'm about to show isn't like my original idea. This is one I've seen other people do, and it's the one that I think works best. But you can paint them by hand. This is one of my buddy's decoys that we painted by hand, and they look good. You can get really good detail, but it takes forever to do it by hand. So the way I'm going to do it, it's going to be really quick and efficient. So for this method, you're only going to need a couple things. So the first thing you're going to want, some sandpaper. Now it's not necessary, but it's really going to help the paint stick to the decoy. That's 60 grit. I don't think the grit matters too much. That's just what I had laying around the house. And then obviously spray paint. So I just have a couple different. White's going to be the main one because, you know, divers, they want visibility, and most divers are white. And then I just have a couple different shades of black and brown for the hens and whatnot. And yeah, other than that, that's about all you need. Okay, so I'm just going to use this old door to paint my decoys on because I don't want to, you know, spray paint our yard. But I do own a dozen and a half new divers, so I'm going to use a canvas back, a bluebill, and a bufflehead as some references here. I'm going to try to do 2 of each for the drakes, and then I'm going to do the hens just kind of as a generic hen diver. Okay, so the first step is you're just going to want to scuff the decoys. Now, I think some guys might completely sand it down, but that would take forever, and then they put like primer on it. But I'm just going to kind of scuff it up to where then I can get the paint to stick to it better. Okay, now that I got them all scuffed, we can start to paint them. I'm just going to start with the bodies of the decoys. I'm not going to do the heads till all the bodies are done. I can do a little more fine detail there. So I think I'm just going to start these 2 as canvas backs. Make sure the wind's blowing away from you so you're not inhaling all this, all these fumes. Okay, I'm just going to start with white, and then I'll go in and do some black after. Probably should wear a mask during this, but I'm not because I'm dumb. So yeah. Then now we'll do the bodies of the bluebills and the buffleheads, and then we'll finish them up. Quick side note, before you paint them, make sure to wipe off the dust from sanding before you paint. Okay, I'm going to do these next ones as buffleheads, so they got black up here, a little more white around the chest. So yeah. Okay, so now for the bluebills. Bluebills are a little more gray up in here and whatnot, but I'm just gonna do like all this as white. The ducks are not gonna care, and it's still gonna look pretty good, so. Okay, so now we got black spray paint, and we're just gonna put all the black details on the drakes here, and then yeah, we'll just have to do the heads, and we'll be good. Okay, so I just got all the white and black painted on these decoys. Once they dry, I'm gonna take them inside, and with paint brushes, I'm gonna do their heads, and then I can touch up some of the spots where maybe I got too much black or it needs a little more or something like that. So now we're gonna do the hens. So these hen mallards actually don't look too far off from these hen bluebills already, and most hen divers look relatively similar, you know, just kind of put some brown on there. So I'm just gonna kind of touch these up a little bit, get rid of maybe the wing patch and maybe touch up here, but other than that, these should be pretty good. Maybe do some minor details inside when I do the drakes, but yeah, we'll get these hens cranked out. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a whole coat of this darker brown color, and then I'm gonna use this lighter brown and kind of try to do some more feathery details like on the real looking one. Okay, so now inside, I'm just gonna use a variety of random brushes and like normal art paints to do the heads and touch up some of the wings and stuff. This paint's not gonna be as durable, but it shouldn't matter as much, just to make it look a little more pretty. And I'm just picky about that kind of thing. You know, you could just spray paint the heads black or white and it would be fine. So yeah, here's a little close-up of each decoy after. So this one's supposed to be the bluebill. I think it turned out really good. I was actually able to get that kind of shimmery green on the head by just lightly going over with some black, and then obviously got the bill color pretty good. Here's the buffalo head. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously buffalo heads have like shorter beaks in real life, but had to work with what we had. Yeah, here's the canvas back. Could still see a little bit of green poking through the orange, and I would have liked to have a little darker orange, but I think I got the eyes pretty good. I still think it's gonna work pretty good. It looks, yeah. And then lastly, the hens. I just decided to actually keep them kind of this dark brown for some contrast, and I didn't mess with them any further, but I think that's gonna work good. Okay, so here's my little test out there. I have a little fake spread with half brand new diver decoys that I just bought and half of the ones I just repainted that were a lot cheaper. So from back here, you can't tell which ones are which. And if I zoom in a bit, you still can't really tell which ones are the new ones. I mean, you can tell the canvas back and the hen bluebill, but in all reality, I don't think it's gonna matter at all. So, and even up close, they all look really similar. I think the bluebills actually look really similar, and yeah, so you don't have to go blow $1 million just for some new diver decoys. You can do it for like really cheap if you just buy some marketplace decoys and paint them up.